Hi, happy Saturday to you. We're in our second day of loving us as and looking at parenting. Now, one of the things I was wanting to talk with you this morning is that we tend to, and I know that I started to until I went, ugh, what the heck am I doing? But when we have kids, we just tend to react in the moment. So whatever is happening, we react and do what we need to do at the time. But when we do that, we tend to then parent on one reaction and on two, usually high emotion, that there is something happening, and we parent then on high emotion, and that gets us into all sorts of troubles because we then our reaction is what feels to us good in that moment, or to make us feel as parents feel more comfortable and feel more able to cope with things that we're sort of dealing with. What it doesn't do is, if we're doing things like discipline or teaching or training or helping our child to grow and develop into becoming a well-adjusted adult, is that we don't think about what their needs and what their teaching moment could be. Is because we always react in high emotion, and it's always to do with our own comfort, if anything else. So, how do you get around that? How do you get around that reaction, that feeling better for us in the moment instead of what the child needs to grow and develop to becoming a well-adjusted, amazing adult? Because obviously, as a parent, that's what we all want. We want to give our kids the skills, the strategies to become amazing people, because they will be our next generation that will be leading this country, doing the work and the jobs, and we want our kids to have the best life that we can give them. So how do we stop all that? And I have a suggestion, a very simple one actually, but a lot of us don't do. And that is I'm going to ask a question. Do you have a vision for your child? So what do I mean by that? Well, we might think that we want them to be doctors and lawyers, CEOs of companies, whatever, but that's our perception of what we want. We can't dictate to them, because our children obviously have their own dreams, goals, aspirations within their own person. What our job is to do is to bring that out and give them as many experiences as we can to develop their interests and their passions and their likes, and to give them all the opportunity so they will discover for themselves what they want to do in terms of job and career and so forth. Our own beliefs and value systems, well, we can give those to our kids. But, for me, I threw mine out as a child. It's like, because I had a dysfunctional childhood, it's their beliefs and their values that they tried to instill in me. It was like, no, there's no way I'm going to do that. I want something better for me. But we can prepare our kids in a way that is helpful and beneficial. And that is to have a vision, but have a vision for what their character should be. Because that's what we're developing and trying to do. All the other stuff of doing and careers and things like that, that's all peripheral. But if they're not an adult of extraordinary character, then they're going to suffer with their interactions with other people, the way they do job interviews, the way they even develop as a person. So what are these characteristics that we can instill in our parenting that enables them to reach that extraordinary character that we would like? So it could be something like kindness, that you would like your child as an adult to be kind. What about respect? Having respect for not only authority, yours especially as a parent, authority as in, police and the laws that govern our land. What about authority in the bosses that they will have? So we've got to be able to teach our kids to respect people. So how do we do that? What about, what else is there? What about courtesy? Being excellent to each other. How do we become excellent to each other? Especially if you've got siblings and they keep, fighting all the time. Are they respecting each other and being courteous to each other? Do they have good manners? Do they say please and thank you and excuse me, or I'm sorry, or will you forgive me? So these are all just some of the characteristics that we can instill in our kids. But you can't do that at 12, 13, 14, 15 or 16, because that starts at the beginning. I mean, you can try, but it's very hard. But that starts at the beginning. So you've got to start now. So I have this saying, start how you wish to finish. So if you want your child to have those characteristics at the age of 16, you have to start now at the age of 2, 3, 4 and upwards to instill in them those type of characteristics. So when you know that you have a vision for your child, then you won't be reacting. You will have, okay, is this a teaching moment where I can teach my child kindness and thoughts for others and loving other people and courtesy and respecting and so forth. So instead of being reactionary, you can make their behavior or their destructive behavior as a teaching for creating those characteristics that you would love to instill in them as an adult. So as a parent, I suppose, we've got to really sort of think about why we are a parent, and one of the reasons is to be able to teach and guide our kids to be a person of extraordinary character. And to do that, you've got to have a vision, and in that vision, write out what you would love your kids to be and behave and be like, and start now to develop those skills and strategies, and to develop your discipline in the way that will teach them kindness, courtesy, respect, and also for you, for modelling that same thing. You can't expect your child to be kind and courteous and respect if you are not that as well. So, because your children will learn from you. So you've got to really do some self-reflection about how you are coming across in those areas, and then teach your kids how to, in your discipline, in the way you interact with them, how to become people of extraordinary character. So that's it for today. You take care, and we'll see you again tomorrow, 12:30, tomorrow Sunday. Bye now.